Let's learn a shtickle Toldos Shimshon on Perekei Avos, Perekei Mishnah Gimel. Antignos ish soichoi kibel Shimshon HaTzadik. Antignos ish soichoi was makabel Torah from Shimshon HaTzadik. Hu oime. Antignos used to say, Al tiyu ka'avodim ha'mashamshem es harav al-manas lekabel pras. Don't do mitzvahs like the servants that serve the master on condition to get rewarded. Don't do mitzvahs in order to get schar. El hava ka'avodim ha'mashamshem es harav shelo al-manas lekabel pras. Rather be like the servants that serve the master shelo al-manas lekabel pras. And then the Mishnah says, V'hi moire shamayim aleichem, you should have yirah shamayim. And the Toldos Shimshon explains this Mishnah that we know there's a difference between a slave that serves his master in order to get paid. Then he does the job in order just to be yotze, the minimum that he has to do. He doesn't do it with all details because he just wants to get the job done and get paid. However, a servant that wants to please his master, then he makes sure that the job is done with all the details and completely, and he does a beautiful job, even though he knows he'll get paid by doing not such a great job, but he wants his master to be happy with him, and therefore he does the job perfectly and completely. So our Mishnah says that when we do mitzvahs, if we're going to do it in order to get schar, so then we're just going to do it just to be yotze. We're not going to look to do all the details and the right way. So our Mishnah says, Al tiyu ka'avodim ha'mashamshem es harav al-manas lekabel pras. Don't do mitzvahs with the intention to get schar, because then your mitzvahs won't have the shleimus, it won't be complete, it won't have all the details that it needs. Rather be from the servants who serve their master not on condition to get rewarded, and though that work is a complete work because they're just looking to make the master happy. So we should do mitzvahs to find favor in the Eibishter's eyes, not only to get schar. We should do it that the Eibishter should be happy with us, and through that our mitzvahs will have the shleimus that it needs. And it can even be sometimes that someone has a question, if he's mechuyev to do it, if he's not mechuyev to do it. So one could be machmer and do it, but if he's not machmer, it's not a tain on him. So such a mitzvah, if someone is only serving the Eibishter in order to get schar, so when it comes a time to be machmer, he'll say, okay, so now I won't get rewarded, I don't have to do it, it's just a chumrah. But if someone wants to please the Eibishter and is doing mitzvahs just to find favor in the Eibishter's eyes, so then even when something doesn't have to be done, it's a chumrah, then he'll also do it because he's not only doing it to be yotze, he's doing it because he wants the Eibishter to be happy with him. And that's what our Mishnah is coming to tell us, that you should be from the avodim ha'mashamshem es harav shelo al-manas lekabel pras. And therefore when something comes your way that you're not mechuyev to do, and if you don't do it, you won't get punished. But if you do it, it's praiseworthy, and it's a chumrah to do it, then you'll end up doing all the chumras also. So now the Mishnah comes and tells us, V'hi moire shamayim aleichem. Because we find in Chazal that sometimes when someone is machmer, then it looks like gaiver. The Mishnah says, in Masech the Brachas, Loi kol haroitze litel es Hashem yitel. Not everybody could be machmer, because it looks mechzik kiyura. It looks like he's about gaiva when someone's machmir too much, so it looks like he's trying to show off. So on that the Mishnah has to warn you, even though we just said that when it comes a chumrah, you should do it because you're serving the Eibishter in shelo al-manas lekabel pras. You're just serving him in order to make him happy, and to have the schus to do what the Eibishter wants. So it might come out sometimes that it looks like gaiva if you're being machmer. So that the Mishnah says, so make sure you have yirah shamayim in all your actions. In all your daily activities you should have yirah shamayim, because then when you're machmer it doesn't look like gaiva. It only looks like gaiva when someone doesn't act like a yirah shamayim throughout the day, and then it comes a chumrah and he does that chumrah, then it looks like gaiva. But if you can have Yireh Shemayim throughout your life, then when the Chumrah comes and you do it, then it doesn't look like Gaiva. So that's the Hemshech of the Mishnah, that we should be like the Avodim HaMeshamshim and Sarav, Shaloi Amanas L'Kabel Pras. This way we'll do mitzvahs completely, and we'll do Chumras when they come our way. But you have to know, you have to have Yireh Shemayim along with that, because without Yireh Shemayim, then it looks like Gaiva. And then the Toldos Shimshon explains another pshat in this Mishnah, that this Mishnah is actually a hemshech to the Mishnah before. Shimon HaTzadik in the Mishnah before said, Al shloisha dvarim ha'olam oimid, al ha'torah v'al ha'avodah v'al gemilas chasodim. So our Mishnah, Antignos ish soichoi, which was Mekabel Torah from Shimon HaTzadik, is a hemshech to that Mishnah. And our Mishnah says that we know from the Mishnah before that Al shloisha dvarim ha'olam oimid, that the world stands on these three in Yonim, Torah, and Avodah, and Gemilas Chasodim. So someone that's involved in Torah and Avodah and Gemilas Chasodim could think to himself that he could ask the Eibishter for a reward, because he's the one that's keeping up the world. When a servant works for his master and he helps him out, so then he can ask for payment. So someone might think that if he's the one who was keeping up the world, he's doing the Eibishter a favor by keeping up the world, because he's learning Torah, Avodah, and Gemilas Chasodim, and that's what holds up the world. That's what Shimon HaTzadik taught us. So comes our Mishnah and says, no, Al tiyu ka'avodim ha'meshamshim esarav ha'manas l'kabel pras. Don't be like from the servants that serve their master in order to get rewarded. Why not? Why is he different than a regular Eved that could ask if he's keeping up the world? So then he could ask for payment. So in that, the Toldos Shimshon says that the halacha is that Yochel Rav Loima LaEved Asei Imi Ve'eini Zoncha. A master, la halacha, when he has a slave, he could tell his slave that you have to work for me, and I'm not giving you mezoinus. You have to go collect from tzedakah your mezoinus. Your Eved Ivri, your Yid, people are mechuyev to give you. If you have no money, there's a chiv tzedakah on Klal Yisrael to support you. So you have to work for me, and I'm not giving you any mezoinus. So that's the halacha. So if we're the Eibishter's avodim, so we can't come to the Eibishter and say that we kept up your world by doing Torah and avodah gemilas chasodim. Now you have to give us mezoinus, because the halacha is that the master could tell his Eved, "Asei imi, you have to work for me, ve'eini zoncha." So therefore, al tiyu ka'avodim ha'meshamshim esarav ha'manas l'kabel pras. We can't come to the Eibishter and say that you owe us mezoinus. That's number one. And number two, says the Toldos Shimshon, that the Medrash says on the pasuk in Keheles, Kol amal ha'odam lepiyu, that all the work of a person is to his mouth. And the Medrash explains, what does that mean? That all the mitzvahs and masim tovim that we do, and all the schar is already used up by every breath that we take. Every second of the day the Eibishter gives us life. That's already enough payment to pay up for all our mitzvahs that we do. So we can never come to the Eibishter and say that because we did Torah and Avodah Gemilas Chasodim we deserve a reward, because we got our reward already. The mere fact that we're breathing. Kol amal ha'odam, all the mitzvahs that a person does, lepiyu, is every breath that comes out of his mouth, he's paid up for all those mitzvahs. And therefore we can't come and say that we want reward. So al tiyu ka'avodim ha'meshamshim esarav ha'manas l'kabel pras. We can't tell the Eibishter that we kept up your world, al shloisha dvarim ha'olam oimid, so now we want to get rewarded because we worked for you, we helped you out. Because first of all, a master could tell his Eved, Asei imi, you have to work for me, ve'eini zoncha, and I'm not giving you mezoinus. And secondly, we already got paid for all our mitzvahs. So how should one get his mezoinus? How should one get his parnosa if we can't ask the Eibishter as payment for our mitzvahs, because we already got paid up, or because the Eibishter is not mechuyev to give us? So how can we get our mezoinus? Only through a rachmonis and tzedakah from the Eibishter. Just like that Eved, the real slave, that his master tells him, I'm not giving you mezoinus, you have to work for me. You'll get mezoinus from tzedakah, from Klal Yisrael. We also, we're servants of the Eibishter, and we'll get our tzedakah from the Eibishter. Not as a reward, but as a chesed and a rachmonus and a tzedakah from Hashem. And on that the Mishnah ends off and says, V'yimori shamayim aleichem, that through every day relying on the Eibishter's mezonos, not because we deserve it, but every day we wait for the Eibishter to do tzedakah and chesed and have rachmonus on us and give us our mezonos, that's going to bring somebody to Yiras Shamayim. Like the Gemara Yuma says, that the mon fell every day. It didn't fall once a year and a person had the mon in the midbar stocked up for a year. Every day he had to wait and hope that the Eibush is going to send them mon for that day. Through that, every day the Yidden thought about the Eibush and they brought them to Yiras Shamayim. So to us, if every day we wait for the Eibush to tzedakah, to give us rachmonis, to have rachmonis on us and give us mezonos, that's the greatest way how a person could get to Yiras Shamayim. So that's the end of the Mishnah. V'yimori shamayim aleichem. Through the first half of the Mishnah, through al tiyu ka'avodim ha'mishamshim esarav ha'manas l'kabel pras. We're not going to do our mitzvahs in order to get rewarded. The way we're going to get our mezonos is through the chesed of the Eibishter. So if every day someone waits for the chesed of the Eibishter to give him his mezonos, that's going to bring him v'hi moirish shamayim aleichem. He's going to constantly be thinking about the Eibishter, and that'll bring him to Yiras Shamayim. In the schus of the Toldos Shimshon, may we all have bracha and atzlocha b'chol onyonim.